MS-13, the blood-soaked empire of Mara Salvatrucha, Los Angeles, 1980s. A city of dreams becomes a breeding ground for nightmares. From the shadows of urban decay, a gang rises, its name whispered in fear. Mara Salvatrucha, or MS-13. With machetes dripping blood and tattoos marking their allegiance, they carve a path of terror across continents. How does a street crew born in the back alleys of LA become one of the world's most ruthless criminal empires? Who are the masterminds behind this reign of violence? Step into the dark heart of MS-13, where loyalty is sealed in blood and betrayal means death. The birth of a monster, it starts in the barrios of Los Angeles, where Salvadoran immigrants fleeing a brutal civil war seek refuge in the 1980s. But the American dream sours fast. Young Salvadorans, marginalized and targeted by rival gangs like the Mexican Mafia, band together for survival. They call themselves Mara Salvatrucha. Mara for gang, Salvatrucha for street-smart Salvadoran fighters. What begins as self-defense spirals into a vortex of violence. By the 1990s, MS-13 isn't just a gang, it's a machine, fueled by drug trafficking, extortion, and cold-blooded murder. Their signature, extreme brutality. MS-13 members don't just kill, they mutilate. In 2002, a Virginia teenager, Brenda Paz, joins the gang but turns informant. Her fate is chilling, found floating in a river, stabbed 16 times, her unborn child killed with her. This isn't crime, it's a message. MS-13's reach grows, spreading from LA to cities like Washington, D.C., Houston, and Boston, with tentacles stretching to Central America and beyond. The machinery of mayhem. How does MS-13 operate? Like a twisted corporation. Cliques, or local cells, run their turf with military precision, each answering to leaders called palabreros. Their business is diverse and deadly, smuggling cocaine and meth, extorting businesses, trafficking humans across borders. In El Salvador, they shake down shopkeepers for rent, while in the U.S., they dominate street-level drug markets. Their violence is theatrical, machete attacks, dismemberments, and massacres designed to terrify. Take the 2017 Long Island murders. 4 young men, lured to a park, are hacked to death by MS-13 members wielding machetes and baseball bats. The motive? Suspected disrespect. Or consider the 2019 case of a Maryland MS-13 leader, Miguel Angel Correa Diaz, convicted of ordering murders from his prison cell, proving the gang's grip extends even behind bars. Their tattoos, covering faces, chests, and arms with devil horns, teardrops, and MS-13, are both a badge of honor and a death warrant. The human cost. Lives in the crosshairs. The victims of MS-13 are countless. Their stories heartbreaking. There's Maria, a Salvadoran shopkeeper who paid protection money until she couldn't, only to find her son's body dumped in an alley. Or James, a DC teen recruited into the gang at 15, dead by 17 in a turf war. Communities live in fear, with entire neighborhoods under MS-13's shadow. In Central America, the gang's violence drives thousands to flee north, only to face their reach in U.S. cities. Law enforcement fights back, but it's a war of attrition. The FBI labels MS-13 a transnational criminal organization, and operations like 2019's Operation Raging Bull Net, hundreds of arrests. Yet the gang adapts, using encrypted apps and exploiting lax immigration policies to regroup. Deportations backfire. MS-13 members sent to El Salvador often strengthen the gang's Central American strongholds, creating a vicious cycle. A subtle call to dig deeper. If this descent into the underworld of MS-13 has your pulse racing, you're not alone. At Behind the Veil, we chase the stories that others fear to touch, exposing the raw truth of the world's darkest corners. Want to uncover more tales of crime and conspiracy? Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Behind Veil Truths for gripping investigations that pull no punches. Join us and let's keep peeling back the layers. The Puppet Masters. Who runs MS-13? The gang's leadership is shrouded in mystery, but names like El Cholo and El Diablo surface in indictments. In El Salvador, prisons like Ciudad Barrios serve as MS-13's command centers, where incarcerated bosses orchestrate hits via smuggled phones. The gang's structure is fluid yet disciplined, with international ties to cartels like Sinaloa and Los Zetas. Their funding? A river of dirty money, $600 million annually by some estimates, from drugs, extortion, and human smuggling. A chilling detail: MS-13 thrives on youth. Recruiters target vulnerable teens, offering brotherhood in exchange for blood. Initiation rites are brutal, beatings or murders to prove loyalty. In 2018, a Houston MS-13 clique forced a 15-year-old girl to kill a rival as her entry fee. The gang's mantra, mata, viola, controla, kill, rape, control, isn't just a slogan, it's a way of life. The fight in the future. The battle against MS-13 is relentless but fraught. U.S. task forces like the FBI's MS-13 National Gang Task Force have dismantled cliques with over 1,400 arrests between 2016 and 2020. In El Salvador, President Nayib Bukele's crackdowns have jailed thousands, but human rights groups cry foul over mass detentions. Meanwhile, MS-13 evolves, exploiting social media and encrypted networks to stay one step ahead. The gang's legacy is a trail of bodies and broken communities. From LA's MacArthur Park to San Salvador's slums, their shadow looms large. Yet stories of resistance emerge. Former members like Alex Sanchez, who now runs anti-gang programs, or communities rallying to reclaim their streets. But the question haunts, can MS-13 ever be stopped? Or is it too deeply woven into the fabric of crime? The story. Never Ends MS-13 isn't just a gang, it's a hydra, growing new heads with every strike. Its violence is a warning. Ignore the margins, and monsters will rise. But the truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered. What other criminal empires are lurking in plain sight? What secrets are buried in the blood-soaked streets? If you're ready to chase these stories with us, head to @BehindVeilTruths on YouTube and hit subscribe. Join our mission to expose the hidden truths that shape our world. The next chapter is calling. Will you answer?